According to several reports, Warren Buffett, the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, did a lot more selling than buying during the first quarter of this year. In fact, he pared back or completely exited stakes in financial and energy stocks. Moreover, he trimmed his company's holdings in the pharmaceutical sector, and he invested in the insurance industry. And although selling appears to be the main theme of the first quarter of this year, Warren did increase his investment in some areas such as his stakes in the supermarket and telecommunications sectors. What's up guys? Welcome back to Global Investing Show. In our today's video, I'm going to tell you about Warren Buffett's recent buys and sales. However, before we go any further, make sure to turn that like button blue and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Now without further ado, let's get into this. So, the first stock we're going to discuss in this video is AON. It seems like Buffett loves the insurance business. AON is a London-based company that offers a wide range of professional services such as insurance, reinsurance, pension administration, financial advising, etc. AON has nearly 50,000 employees in 120 countries and it is headquartered in the United Kingdom. Buffett bought more than 4 million shares worth over $942 million, and it was a new addition to his portfolio. An equity research analyst named Raymond James says, "With a safe dividend yield and low leverage, we believe the market favors Verizon's 5G strategy and simpler story. Whether we are in expansion or a contraction, consumers' internet and mobile plans may be the last thing they're willing to give up when times get tough." Well, Berkshire Hathaway initiated its stake in this company during the fourth quarter of 2020 and bought 146.7 million shares that were valued at $1.62 billion at that time. And then in the first quarter of 2021, Buffett bought more than 12 million shares, which increased his stake in Verizon by 8.3%. This also makes him the fourth largest owner of Verizon Communications, behind State Street Global Advisors, BlackRock, and Vanguard. Now, we will talk about the biggest addition among his existing stocks. Buffett bought 18 million shares of Kroger during the first quarter of this year. Now brace yourselves. These shares are worth $1.8 billion, and the new addition represents a 52.3% increase as compared to Kroger stocks held by Warren Buffett during the last quarter of 2020. For those who don't know, Kroger is a massive supermarket chain that operates nearly 2,750 retail food stores, 1,585 gas stations, and 170 jewelry stores. During the first quarter of this year, Warren Buffett also increased his stake in McLennan, which provides various risk, strategy, and consulting services. The price of each share on June 5, 2021 was $139.37, and Buffett purchased over 1 million shares that are worth around $644 million. You would also want to know that this added stake represents a 23.9% increase from the fourth quarter of last year. The company also provides a dividend yielding 1.4% at current prices. It looks like RH continues to do big things for Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. Restoration Hardware, or RH, is an upscale home goods retailer which operates 106 retail and outlet stores across Canada and the United States. Moreover, it also owns a high-end bath and kitchen retailer called Waterworks, which has 14 showrooms. We all know that Americans have now started to realize that working from home is going to last more than just a few months. This is why people are trying to improve their new workplace environments. Warren Buffett has increased his stake in RH by 1.4%. On June 5, 2021, one share of RH was worth $613.22 and Buffett has purchased 23,900 shares of RH. Now, we will talk about the stocks that Buffett is selling. Warren Buffett first entered Suncor Energy back in the year 2018. For those who don't know, Suncor Energy is an integrated energy giant, and the operations of this company span from oil sands development, wind energy, to offshore oil production, etc. Moreover, it also sells its refined fuel through a network of over 1,500 Petro-Canada stations. Buffett previously held nearly 14 million shares, which he sold during the first quarter of this year. When Warren initiated a new stake in Chevron in the fourth quarter of 2020, many thought that this stock could join the ranks of other classic Buffett stocks like KO and AXP. However, the reality is a bit different. Warren has reduced his stake in Chevron. He has sold 25 million shares, which means he sold off 51% of his stake in CVX. Now, Buffett holds more than 23 million shares of Chevron that are worth $2.5 billion. On June 5, 2021, one share of CVX was worth $108.45. Did you know that Wells Fargo has been in the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio since the year 2001? In fact, it has been one of the favorite stocks of Warren Buffett. However, Warren decided to reduce his stake in Wells Fargo in the first quarter of 2021. The reason why Warren reduced his stake in the third largest bank by assets in the US is that this bank has been reeling for years in the wake of revelations that it opened numerous phony accounts, charged people for auto insurance they didn't need, and modified mortgages without authorization. Although the bank has been recovering, it is really slow. Warren has been selling his Wells Fargo shares since the start of 2018, and now he has sold 98.7% of his stake in Wells Fargo. Berkshire was previously a top stockholder, and it now owns only 0.02% of Wells Fargo's shares. Right now, Warren owns around 675,000 shares that are worth $26.4 million. Merck, which is a pharmaceutical giant, is a relatively new addition to the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. It is a component of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Warren first bought MRK during the third quarter of last year, and then he purchased another 6.2 million shares in the company during the last quarter of 2020. Well, at the beginning of this year, MRK accounted for nearly 0.9% of the equity holdings of Berkshire Hathaway. From January to March of this year, Warren Buffett dumped nearly 38% of 10.8 million shares of his Merck holdings. This means that MRK now accounts for only 0.5% of Berkshire Hathaway's equity portfolio. This is another company that could not stay in the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. Warren Buffett continues to hack away at his financial sector holdings, and Synchrony Financial is one of the major issuers of charge cards for retailers. Each share of SYF cost $49.79 on June 5, 2021. It was the year 2017 when Berkshire Hathaway initiated a position in this company, and as of the end of the fourth quarter of 2020, Warren Buffett was the seventh largest shareholder of Synchrony Financial, which means that this exit is no small loss for SYF. Warren Buffett previously owned more than 20 million shares of SYF. In the end, let me tell you that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission now requires all investment managers with over $100 million in investments to file a Form 13F quarterly in order to disclose any changes in share ownership. All of the buying and selling we discussed in this video were revealed when Berkshire Hathaway filed the 13F form on May 17th of this year for the period ended March 31st, 2021. According to a report published by Kiplinger, when Buffett initiates a stake in some company or adds to an existing one, investors read into that as a vote of confidence. But if he pairs his holdings in a stock, it can spark investors to rethink their own investments. That's all for today's video, and thanks for watching it. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to share your thoughts and valuable feedback with us in the comment section below. Lastly, if you have not already subscribed to Glory Investing Show, subscribe to it and press that bell button so you will be notified each time we upload an interesting video on this channel. And while you are here, click to watch one of these two videos that are appearing on your screen. We will see you there. Take care and stay tuned.